Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette here, and this is a reading for Cancer for the full moon period. So I'm using today, and I'll be lowering this, you'll see, to the screen, to the table. I'll be using the Impressionist Tarot that you see right here. Come and join me, and I'll start to shuffle the cards and lower this, and as I talk, okay, and as I talk, I will tell you, go visit my website when you have time, www.christellemartinette.com. And there you'll see a whole lot of different things. You can order a reading there. I'll put an eye in the corner for information where you could, there'll be a suggestion for two things. One will be heavy duty, deep, under the surface healing enacted with soul therapy, and the other will be how to order a private reading. So let's start. I'm going to put out a 9-card spread. It is the diamond spread, what I call the diamond spread, what I started with on this channel. I always use this diamond spread because of the different relations that were created here. Let me show you the cards. This is the 5 of there you go. Well, this is the 5 of nothing. You can't see anything. What about, here we go. There we go. How about if we do that? 5 of, there you go. The 5 of swords. Then we have the 5 of coins. Then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and that are the 4 of the 9 cards. Let me put on, I wanted to start initial music as I began, so before people come into the room. Just a second. Yeah, I'll get that ready. Okay, you remember this music. Yeah, that's in the background for a few minutes until people start coming into the room. So we ended up with the Ace of Cups, Cancer. Now we have the Death card, actually. And Cancer, what am I going to do with that? I'm going to take another card from under the deck, which is the Lovers. Cover that with that. Then we have the Empress. And the last 3 cards are the 4 of Coins. Come on in, everybody. Then we have the Queen of Coins. Come in, everybody. And then we have, look and behold, the Hanged Man, Cancer, the Hanged Man. Well, many of you will say, that music is distracting. That music is distracting. Well, it's going to be done in a second. I just want to welcome people into my room as I read. Now, this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun, Moon, and Rising. And it spans from the 15th to the 30th. And it will include this full moon in Capricorn period. And what am I looking at? Well, the focus, as you can see right in the middle, is this Death card with the Lovers over it. And if I am not pleased with that, which I am not, I will look with the Sibilla cards and clarify even that, because it looks like to me that there are no more questions in your mind concerning a past relationship that was over. But let's see. Let's see. All right. Now, what I get is hope, which reigns eternal. Leggeritza, the lightness of being, which means you have turned a leaf Cancer, you have turned a leaf. And then we have the artist. Now look, the artist and the hope card, along with this lightness of being, is telling me that you are taking things in stride, no longer having another person, because remember we did the releasing card, the releasing spread, and what you have to release in the full moon. Well, here it is all about emotional release, of course, and what is to be released is something you have already dealt with. Just a sec. As flying cards, Christelle has flying cards. And as you have released in the past, and we talked about this very, very many times over the past months, over the past year, I have to say, Cancer. So that is something that still is important to you. That person is still important to you, and that's part of your story. There's a story. That's part of your story, and everyone has at least one story. All right, so now what are we looking at here? There is, of course, in the period, you ask yourself, well, okay, I have turned a new leaf, and I am thinking of that certain person differently, as this Hanged Man tells us. But that's not to say that I have no regrets. There are regrets. Of course, there are regrets with the Five of Swords. And what are the regrets about? There's a bit of loneliness in this period, a bit of loneliness for the first half, Cancer, for the first half of the third week of June. You're feeling that, and that's why the mind goes there and goes to those regrets. But I also have, of course, there's the Five of Coins, and that also talks about, well, we're playing for time, really. We're playing for the time until there is a return of that person, until they may seasonally return. It may be a family member. They may return to be with you because they're part of a mixed family that you have, or a family of friends that you call your tribe. And I also keep seeing for you a person, a fire sign here, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And if it's not a fire sign in your life, this is a passionate energy that you still carry. You still have a flame for them. Now, there are people have written to me, well, what about those of us who have no companion? Like I say, you can take in the public readings and general readings, you take what pertains to you and you leave the rest behind. And when I am laying a general reading, I am brought to bring certain messages from Spirit, and these are the messages that are prominent, and they are to be given to someone. Now, I have to say that this Four of Coins here tells me, Cancer, that this is the beginning of you renewing yourself, arising from your ashes, just like the Death card would portray and tell us, would represent. And I have the notion here and the indication here that you are being helped by that fire sign to move in that direction. There's also some of you, there's this Ace of Cups that's mirroring the Empress card. Now, what is that all about? This is a new creative energy, definitely a new creative energy. There are those of you Cancerians who can say, well, yes, I'm feeling the love again. I have fallen in love again. I am starting to look at other people and starting to see what that would mean to me, Let me take a look at this Ace of Cups more closely. Indeed, there is this Lover here. And L'Amante, there is also the Belvedere that's looking out into the future. So this is something coming into the future, amore, love. And as mirroring that, the Empress, let's take a look at that. let me take a look at that. Come in and tell me where you're from. Many of you are probably rushing to get to work, rushing to get dressed. Over the Empress, what do I have? I have the Bambino, which does talk about the child, which speaks of a beginning. And I have this motley pair. I've got the gelosia, the jealousy, and amalato, the ill one. And these talk about the loss and moral low that you may be having. Norway, Michigan, welcome, welcome. You've been here before, I know you. And that means that it's a beginning of an end to those sentiments and those feelings and those emotions. So there's this creative energy. And like I say, the person who you have, in inverted commas, lost or have mourned the loss in the past has and have as a part of your tribe, very, very close. They are part of your life, is also the person who is not pushing you, but maybe teaching you or acting as a guide for you to move on. Now, there is also here a Queen of Coins, and the Queen of Coins also talks to earth signs, Cancer, and these are earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and where are you, earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You may have an earth sign in your chart as well. Now, what is the most important card here is this Hanged Man. Let's first take a few cards over this Queen of, which could also be a King of Coins. And I have Melancholia, Stanza, the Room, which talks about imminent communication, and Militare. Look, I'm seeing you, Cancer, as with one part of your heart still turning behind, still turning behind and looking at that person who's part of your tribe and part of your life and part of your very soul. But on the other hand, I see you keeping under wraps to yourself. This is not something you want anyone to know. The beginning of communication with an earth sign. This is the beginning of a relationship, a type of relationship that you are keeping under the table. It's not something that you will bring out into the open. Now let me take the runes and see what they have to add. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening for those of you who are evening. Good afternoon to the rest. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, now, the rune called Fehu presents as Merkstave. Predictably, specifically over this Hanged Man. And what does that say to us? It says that you unwillingly, with much difficulty, Cancer, do you take on a different perspective. You are a person who is very comfortable in their ways, very comfortable in their ways. And when something comes along, and I'm talking about this, not a character reference, I'm talking about you sun, moon, and rising Cancerians, excuse me, that in this period are more closely aligned with being in your old ways. But here I see this new person, this earth sign, as being a fundamental need for you, for your very life breath. And the actual Ingvats is the focus here, and Ingvats talks about an opportunity to begin again, an opportunity to make another choice in love, and make or make a choice whether to love or not. Very, very interesting. Also, again, the runes are so chatty and they're so specific. I have Wunyo here, which presents usually like this is Wunyo. It presented Merkstave, and as a rune, Merkstave, over the Four of Coins. The Four of Coins, I said, you arising from your ashes, like the Death card. You are, in Italian, we would say restio. You're reluctant to do that. You're reluctant, and it's causing you a great effort to then arise, great effort to pull yourself from your bootstraps, pull yourself from your bootstraps. Really, really strong effort, but it is worth it. What do I have? I've got AWATS here. It's a journeying room. It tells you, look, take that counsel, take that advice from that person in your tribe who has always steered you in the right direction. When things were bad, when times were bad, when times were good, take their advice and take their likeness, because they are the opposite of you. They tend to be like a butterfly. You see them in your eyes as a butterfly. And when they're around, you feel that their lightness can pull you up. Have them counsel you. I do hope this was of help, Cancer friends. Like and share my videos and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. And I will be back. Namaste until we read together again. Bye-bye, Cancer. Bye-bye. It was a pleasure. We'll be back for the monthlies of July. Bye-bye.